everyone, it's Audrey from Country Stampers, and welcome to my 12 days of Christmas. Today is day 2, and I have 2 cute little projects for you. We have a gift tag and a little greeting card, or a little note card, and it's just really simple and quick, and you can write your own little message inside of it. And then we have our little gift tag that you can, put on your little gifts that you're giving out, and they're quick, so you can make a bunch of them in no time. And what we're going to be using today is the Festival of Trees and the matching coordinating tree punch. You can get this in the annual catalog as a bundle and save 15%. And the second stamp set that we're using is Holly Jolly Greetings, and today we're going to be using Merry. But any of these would be perfect, like Peace or Jolly, or even Joy would be a great one. So you're also going to need some Whisper White, and I have an 8.5 by 11 sheet here, which I'm going to cut down. Some Cherry Cobbler, and I'm also going to cut that down as well. And I'm using the Merry Moments Designer Series paper stack from our holiday catalog. It has some really cute Designer Series paper, and it coordinates with the Merry Moments Designer Series paper in our annual catalog. And I also used the Modern Mosaic embossing folder that we have on the card. And let's see. Oh yeah, some thick baker's twine in Cherry Cobbler, and I also have some 3/8 stitch satin ribbon in the Whisper White. So, and of course, our basic supplies. So, all right. So let's get started. And I'm going to bring out my trimmer, and my first cut is going to be at 2 inches from the Very Vanilla. Not Very Vanilla, sorry, Whisper White. And then I'm going to cut at 4 1/4, which will give me 2 tags. So we'll set that aside. And then I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to cut at 3 1/2. And put that aside and open this up here, and then I'm going to cut this at 7 inches. Now, while I have it in my cutter, I'm going to slide this over to 3 1/2, and I'm not going to use my cutting blade. I'm going to use my score blade and just give it a nice quick score. And now our card base is also ready. So, oh, hold on. I need my cutter back. I also need to take some Designer Series paper, and I already had a piece cut at 2 inches. And now all I'm going to do is cut this at 1 1/2. Oh, let me move that out of the way. We don't need the score. So, and it should have been even and given me, nope. So I need another piece of 1 1/2. At 2 inches. So I have some scraps laying around my desk from when I was designing earlier. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this other piece at 1 1/2. And I'll take my scraps now and put them aside. And while I have the cutter out, I'm just going to go ahead, and I think this is still, yep, this is 3 inches. So this piece here, the Cherry Cobbler, it's going to be cut at 3 inches by 3 inches. And that is for our card base. And then I need another piece of Designer Series for the card. And this one is going to be cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So out of one sheet of this 6x6 Designer Series paper, You can get quite a bit of tags and a card out of one sheet, so which is really good. Alright, so I'm going to start with our tags first. And all I'm going to do is grab my adhesive and going to just apply it. And I haven't been having very good luck with my snail adhesive today, so bear with me. And all I'm going to do is line this up on the bottom. Well, it would actually be the top. And do the same thing with the second one. I'm just going to line this up. And this one doesn't look like it's even, and it's not. Oh. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim this, because this one didn't come out even. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Project Life corner rounder. I'm just going to round my corners on the bottom on both of my tags. And there, put that aside. Now I'm going to bring out my tag topper punch, and oh, here we go again. I can't remember how to pronounce the name. I call it the ornament one, but it's the Ornate. And I am just going to slide the top of my tag right in there. And it's a nice tight fit. And I'm going to punch on both. And there we go. I mean, these are so quick and simple. So there. Now I have my beginning of my tags. And I think on this one here, it's not staying all the way down. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a glue dot and slide this right in there. So that corner will stay down. Now I need my scrap white to stamp some of my trees for my tags. And I'm using the floral looking tree and some cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to stamp. Try to get 4 trees on here. So here's one. Rotate that around. Then here's 2. Rotate it again. Trying to keep my fingers out of the ink this time. And here's number 3. Oh. And 4. There we go. Now I'm going to wipe this down a little bit because I noticed I got some ink around the edges. I normally keep a couple of baby wipes around my workstation just in case I get ink off onto my block. So close this up because as you can tell, I am doing very well at getting stamp ink all over me. So now I'm going to grab my tree punch and I am just going to go ahead and start punching out my trees. And what I do is I line it up, but as I'm trying to line it up, I also squeeze down a little bit, not enough to, you know, cut the paper, but enough so it holds it a little tighter. And I just go ahead and punch. And that way I'm not, if I hold it down a little bit to make it a little bit tighter, it doesn't want to move so freely. So there's 2. And now let's get number 3 here. I hope I'm not going out of camera. There we go. 3. And now for the last one. there we go. We'll set that aside. And now I have all 4 of my trees cut out. And I'm actually going to wipe down my Mary, because I happen to notice I had a little bit of ink around that as well. So, alright. Now I'm going to bring back out the cherry cobbler. And I'm going to stamp on the bottom corner of my tags. Making sure I get this covered. And trying to line it up. Keeping it straight with the edge. And there's 1. Re-ink. And there's 2. So we'll set that aside. And normally I do clean up my stamps when I'm done with them. And I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this off. Alright, so now we can add our trees. And I'm going to take some dimensionals. And I'm going to put 2 on each one of my trees. And the first one here, just peel off the backing. I bring this one pretty high up, and I keep it off to the edge a little bit. And that's a little too high, because I don't want to cover up my hole. So go up about there. And I keep it off to the edge a little bit. And then this one over here down. And this one's off a little of the edge, if you can see. Now, all we have to do is add my trees to my second one. So I'll grab the dimensionals again. So who else is ready for Christmas? I'm not. I just actually started my Christmas shopping Saturday, so I am nowhere near ready. We did start decorating outside, so I'm hoping either tonight or tomorrow we'll get our tree set up. So, and there we go. Now we have both tags ready. And I'm going to grab my 3/8 inch satin ribbon in Whisper White. And I'm just going to put it through the hole. Trying not to let it twist too much in the hole there. Keeping it even. And then grab my scissors, cut that off. And I'll do the same thing on this tag as well. And cut that off. Alright, now I have my thick baker's twine in cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a clipping. Oops. And I'm just going to tie around here. I'm not very good at tying bows, so hopefully it'll work for me. And there we go. Alright. And no, it's not working. Oh, here we go. That one worked a little bit. Let's see. Make this a little bit smaller. You could even use some of the silver cording if you wanted to. You know, you don't have to use the baker's twine. You can use some silver cording to go with your gift wrapping papers, or you know, stuff like that. So now all I'm going to do is just trim that off. And now that one is complete. So now I have this one. And usually I keep it on the spool, but for some reason today it's a little bit easier for me to just cut off a chunk of it and tie it this way. Seem to be all thumbs or fingers today. So yesterday I had my 2 younger daughters home with fevers. We have some crazy weather going on here in Connecticut. So one minute it's like a nice fall day, and then it's winter in a flash. So, I mean, I know we have crazy New England weather, but we don't know whether it's winter or summer or spring half the time lately. So, right now, we're being hit with some freezing rain. So, alright. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these over, and I'm going to trim these down a little bit. And here's that one. Oops. And here's this one. And now my tags are complete. So now, between my other bloopers of making this video, oops, I gotta add my stars. And let me go and grab a piece of I need Mossy Meadow. So let me grab a piece of Mossy Meadow. And, sorry about that, I thought I had grabbed it. And my star punch. And I'm just going to punch out 4 stars. There we go. And I just use a glue dot to add these on to the tops of my tree. So let me go ahead and do that. Yeah. Just like that. Another one. And so now that one's done. So I'll set that one aside. And now I only have these 2 stars. So let's see here. Oops. And there we go. Now we have our tags completed. Look how quick and simple that was. Now we also, on the Festival of Trees, there is a to and from stamp. So you can easily just put that on the back. So, alright. So now we're on to our card. And let's see. So our base is cut at 3.5 inches by 7 inches, scored at 3.5. And you're just going to fold it over. Make sure that your corners line up. Alright. And what I did is now I have to run this through my embossing folder. Be right back. So there we go. And what I do is I'm going to take some more of the Whisper White ribbon, and I'm just going to cut off a piece here, and I'm going to wrap it around my card, and I'm going to use some tape and use the cheater method and secure that on the back side. And I'm going to take my snail, and I'm going to use extra snail just because I do have my piece embossed, dry embossed, and because I did add some ribbon on there. So now I'm going to put this down, even about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, trying to get it even. So there we go. And now I use more dimensionals. Oh, I'm running out. And I pop this up on my card base. What do we do? I did have Christmas carols playing in the background, but I don't know what happened to my Pandora. So now I'm just going to line this up again, keeping it even, making sure that I get it straight and not crooked. And there we go. And now I got to punch out and stamp one more tree. So let me see if I have another scrap of Whisper White to do that. And I do. So let me just go ahead and trim this off. Alright, so I need my tree again and my cherry cobbler. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this real quick. Get this out of my way. And get my punch, and I'm going to punch this out. And again, just lining it up nice and even. There we go. Some more dimensionals. Now on this one, I'm trying to keep my dimensionals so they go over the ribbon and not on the ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I already have one cut. A nice little piece here for the trunk. I'll just put that down there. And I'm going to line this up so my tree goes over the ribbon. I think I went down a little too far, but that's okay. And I got to stamp out one more star. So let me find my Mossy Meadow and my star punch, and we're going to just attach it the same way we did on the greeting card, on the gift tags. So and there we go. Now all that's left is to tie my little knot here on my, what is this? Okay. And this is simple. This is nice and quick. I call this is the little cheater bow. And all you do is just knot it around and twist a little bit to get it to lay flat. Trim off my edges. And there you go. There's your cute little greeting card that you can write your own little message inside. And, oh, there we go. And give it out. We also do sell envelopes to fit these cards. So, or you can just put it in your regular A2 envelopes. It doesn't really matter. So, look at those. Those are just so simple and cute. And you could also You can add a sentiment if you want to, on the outside, inside. There's a couple of cute ones that come on the Festival of Trees. A Merry Little Wish, for lots of joy at Christmas. So it's up to you. And I hope you really enjoyed this quick little projects today for our 12 days of Christmas. I will be doing another one tomorrow for you. So, but I just have a couple of reminders to put out there. Our extravaganza sale is over. It ended last night. But currently we do still have our retirement list for the holiday catalog. So if you want, stop over to my blog. I did post the link to go and look at the retirement products. So, and there are some that are, you know, going to stay with us. But the whole list of all the retiring ones are over there for you. So you might want to hurry up and check that out. Because I know so far we're sold out of 2 already. We're sold out of the Wonderland textured embossing folder and the witching decor project kit. That is all sold out. So those 2 items will not be able to be purchased. So again, when they're sold out, they're gone. The sales, the retirement is only while supplies last. So thank you for stopping by today, and make sure that you check us out on Facebook. I will post all the links and the informations for the projects that were done today on my blog as well as on my Facebook page. And the information, all the measurements and everything will be posted below in the comment box, in the description box. So happy crafting, everybody. See you soon. Bye.